Now, I have a funny story about this. It's called Tres Leches, and I'm a foodaholic. I would be a manaholic or a alcoholic, but I gave up those two because I thought religion was more important. But food is safe, I thought, and so I got Tres Leches. And I have to say, if you've never had Tres Leches, it is the best cake I've ever eaten in my life. So I wrote a poem as an ode to Tres Leches, and so this is the poem. Smothered in coconut milk, I submerge my senses as the three milks peruse my tongue, tingling, titillating, touching all aspects of my flesh. $12 is all I had to pay for this bliss. A trip to another world, the world of Mexico and Latin America. I hear the syncopated rhythm of calypso and flamenco and mariachi bands. The sounds floating through the night air. My fears ease. The trifle-like cake caresses my tongue and soothes my spirit. If only the inner beast were so easy to tame. I'm beginning to realize the more uncouth, the more primitive a country or people, the higher the culture they achieve. All that rage and raw sexual power are transformed into art and literature. The Latin lover becomes the cake sublime. Now I'm going to do a plug for Jeff's magazine. This is one that I wrote about Lincoln Underground when it first was inaugurated a few years ago. Crescent Moon Serenade. The thrill of music, poetry recited. The room a mixture of ages and types. The room bustling, teeming with life. It is the Lincoln Underground, celebrating song and story. A new magazine brought to life, a bouncy baby gurgling in the soft air. The Lincoln Underground, I wish them every success. Life is short, poetry eternal. To catch a glimpse of eternity, feel the wings of divinity, all flowing from song to poem, from the story of Zombie Oz to recited poetry. A voyage to another place and time. No longer alone, I am filled, blessed with peace. Now, I don't know about you, but I love Frank Sinatra, and I loved him even more after I saw his snapshot of when he got caught in a dalliance and he was rustled from bed, and he has the best looking mugshot I've ever seen. You can go to the mall and get it. But he looked really dreamy. So this is Frank Sinatra, an ode to him. Frank Sinatra, every day he touches my soul, 1,000 cadences in his voice, 100 beats of melody. In his songs, all the syncopation brings to fruition a frothy drink sublime. I wish I could have met him, the velvet voice incandescent. Would he be shy or wild or mild in manner? Would he thrive on the fast track or slowly luxuriate in the jewels of silence and opulence? Now, this is a song about Thanksgiving. If you can tell, there's a lot of things about food, because I love food. I would be 300 pounds, except I love to exercise just as much as I have loved food. So it's exercise, eat, exercise, eat. I told one of my friends once, I park as far as possible just so I can eat more that day and exercise. So this is Thanksgiving. Kathleen and Thomas tumble about, playing happily with their cousin Anne Marie. My favorite pie, pumpkin, fresh from the cold refrigerator, quivering on the plate. Steam rises from the turkey. Oh, the stuffing fused with spice, wafting the odors of thanks. We thank God for friends, for family, for good health. We raise our hands in supplication, prayers for rain in the south, for a safe trip for sojourners to other lands. It is blissful for a little while. We chew and swallow, converse about relatives gone, and ponder those left behind. Okay, I'm going to be brave and read one of my marriage poems. You shouldn't write about what you've never experienced, but they're so beautiful. I will wax rhapsodosical, and those who are married can laugh at it because it's very 16-year-oldish, but this is my idealism on marriage. Marriage. I will never be alone as long as I am with you, as long as I kiss your gentle, soft lips, as long as I hold your hand, as long as I gaze into your eyes. I will never be alone because, you see, I am one no longer. You are part of me. I am part of you. With God's help, we have a Trinity. You, me, and God. We can conquer the world, for we are married, you see. Now, this is my take. So this is Eve. Her hair is golden in the sun. She wonders why she was chosen to tell a lie. It is hard to comprehend the world above. She wants to understand all about her love. He is so strong, her man, that was hers for so long. Now all her plans have gone awry. She ate the apple. Who would not die for knowledge and ample supply? That snake, that shrimp, he is a hissy villain awash in lies, and that half-imp led her astray. How could Adam be the one to betray her sins to God above? How would she know that the angel would hover ready to eject them from Eden, ever to be alone? She cursed the day she did wrong. She cursed the day she said yes to eternal knowledge and damnation. It was all over way too quickly. One mistake tossed to the ground. Pain and suffering strewn like flowers on the plains. She would bear the ill will of God's disgrace. She was the mother of the human race. Adam was at once the protector of her place and co-conspirator of the fall that propelled her to a spot where God was not. Without your grace, where would we be? As lonely as Adam and Eve were after the fall. Okay. I'm going to read my favorite poem, even though people who have been here a lot have heard it, because it's my favorite poem and I'm in control, so I'll read it. It's called Angels, and I think that all of my faith, because I used to have a lot of faith, and even on bad days I have a little faith, with angels is kind of my motto in life. Angels. I see angels everywhere. In the smile of that tiny child, in the kind lady's soft embrace, I see angels everywhere. You may laugh at me, you may mock me, but there in that black woman's soft brown eyes, I see the soul of an angel wanting to be touched with God's grace. I see angels everywhere. In the young musician's cheerful smile, in his large 10-gallon hat, I see angels who touch my life each and every day. I see angels everywhere. And I've discovered an invention which is called a watch, so my sister doesn't have to gesticulate madly. Okay, I'm going to do another one for veterans, and then I'll do a love poem before I end. The one about veterans is the RAF, because without them, we would be really in a lot of trouble in World War II. People don't realize, they think everything was set in stone. World War II was very iffy for a long time. And the RAF kept Germany from England, which was the last holdout for a long time, alive. So this is the RAF. I turn my eyes to another era, one tougher and gentler than our own. Men died for freedom. Devil may care in the skies, ready to be shot down in an instant. They're old men now, but then they were young and heroes. It was so long ago. 60 years and counting. The last generation is dwindling away in their 80s. Some gaunt, some shriveled, but the photos don't lie. In them they were the gallant fellows of yesteryears, forever young, forever viral, exuding youth and energy. Thank God for them. Where would we all be? Speaking German everywhere, Jews and minorities crushed, a reign of pure terror. It was a near thing. One nation stood between the world and Hitler's tyranny. Thank God for the RAF, for those idealistic men of yesterday. I salute you, and your nation does too. Okay, I'm going to end with 2 love poems. Now, I have to warn you, I went to an all-girls school for 4 years. There weren't a lot of boys to date, so I read 100 romance novels. So my views of love were very, very idealistic. So this may or may not be verified by real life, I'm warning you. But this is the melodramatic, beautiful view of how love is through the years. And you who have been married a long time may laugh or go, that's not the way it is. I totally understand that, so just enjoy. Love through the years. Love flits and flutters from pistil to stamen, drinking in the sweet nectar, ready to make golden honey. It sings with songs of youth. Oh, first love, so deep, so pure, so ravishing, like frothy beer slung down the throat, quashing all resistance. Then comes early 30s, refined, purified, ready to savor like a deep tea simmering slowly beneath the surface. Middle age brings contentment, thorough knowledge of another's bitterness or sweetness, mellow to a shared delight. Old age, succulent fruit ripens with age. The fine wine reaches its full breath, ready to grasp another, to immerse each into the other's essence. 2 individual grapes, now 1 wine divine. Okay, this is my last poem. I read from the back to the front because I didn't want to torment you with all the love poems. I did that last reading for a full hour. It was not. So this is one when you're totally head over heels the first moment you meet that woman or man of your dreams. And this is how it is for me. It may be different for you. I will let you judge. Love. Love takes and shakes you like a bitch shakes her young misbehaving. One moment you're serene, minding your own business. The next, pow, someone crosses your path. You're tingly all over. You're alive. You want to be with this man for the rest of the hour, the day, the month, the year, your life. Everything before pales in comparison. It sinks into the background. For with him, everything makes sense. You forget for a while the fever, the fret, the solitude, the loneliness, the stinking oneness of so much of life. With him, you could conquer the world or your little corner of it. You are a team, together invincible. Apart, you are just cogs in the wheel of life. Oh bliss, oh rapture, oh my love, it's time.